Is it really true that how long you live and how well you live is mostly decided by your genes? You see some people who seem to do everything right and still face serious health challenges early, while others seem to defy the odds. It can feel like it's all just luck, or that the cards you were dealt at birth are the only ones that matter. That feeling, that helplessness, can be really disheartening. It's painful to think that perhaps our future health is largely out of our hands, that the aches, the memory slips, the loss of independence are just an inevitable part of getting older, predetermined by our family tree. But what if that wasn't the whole story? What if the real secret to living a long, vibrant life, perhaps even to 100 and beyond, isn't hidden in your DNA, but in something else entirely? Something accessible to almost everyone, no matter your background or where you start. The surprising truth, discovered by researchers who've studied populations around the world where people consistently live to be centenarians in good health, is that genes play a much smaller role than we used to think, perhaps only about 22 to 25%. The vast majority, the other 75–80%, comes down to lifestyle, environment, and mindset. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain on the simple yet powerful habits and ways of living practiced by people in these longevity hotspots, often called blue zones. These aren't complicated medical interventions or expensive treatments. They're everyday choices, deeply woven into their culture and daily routines. We'll explore what they eat, how they move, how they connect with others, and what drives them. You'll discover practical, down-to-earth wisdom that you can begin incorporating into your own life right away. Stick with me, because watching to the end might just surprise you with how achievable a longer, healthier, happier life truly is. Let's dive into the first of these powerful principles. And it's all about how they interact with the world physically. It's not about running marathons or spending hours in a gym. In fact, many of the world's longest-lived people don't have anything that resembles a gym routine as we might think of it. Instead, their lives are set up in a way that encourages constant, natural movement. Think about the simple tasks that fill a day: gardening, walking to the shop or to a neighbor's house, doing household chores, preparing food by hand, tending to animals, or simply getting up and down off the floor throughout the day. These aren't intense bursts of activity. They're low-intensity movements that happen consistently, hour after hour, day after day, year after year. Imagine a small village in Sardinia, Italy, or Okinawa, Japan. People aren't driving everywhere. They walk up hillsides to visit friends. They tend their gardens, which involves bending, lifting, and carrying. They walk to market carrying their own bags. This isn't exercise. It's just living. This constant, gentle activity helps keep their muscles strong, their joints flexible, and their balance steady. It helps maintain a healthy weight naturally. Without dieting, it keeps their cardiovascular system humming along. It's about embedding movement into the fabric of life, not carving out separate time for it. How can we bring a bit of this into our own lives today? It might mean parking a little further away from the shop entrance, taking the stairs instead of the lift when possible, spending time working in the garden if you have one, or even just getting up to stretch or walk around the house during commercial breaks while watching television. If you're sitting for long periods, set a timer to remind yourself to get up and move every 30 minutes. These aren't monumental efforts, but they add up to significant, sustained activity over time. Think about simplifying chores. Can you sweep with a broom instead of using an electric vacuum sometimes? Can you hang laundry outside instead of using a dryer? These small choices encourage that natural background movement that is so vital. It's about finding ways to make movement unavoidable and enjoyable, rather than a chore you have to force yourself to do. It becomes just another part of your day, like brushing your teeth, and the benefits ripple outwards. Better sleep, improved mood, reduced stress, Increased energy. It's a foundational piece of the longevity puzzle, built not on sweat and strain, but on consistent, gentle activity. Now, let's shift our focus from how they move to what fuels them. The diet of people in these blue zones is another critical piece, and it's remarkably consistent across diverse cultures. The cornerstone of their eating isn't meat, dairy, or processed foods. It's plants. Their diets are overwhelmingly plant-based, rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, nuts, and especially legumes. Beans, lentils, chickpeas, and fava beans are staples. They are packed with fiber, protein, and nutrients, and they are incredibly filling, helping people feel satisfied without overeating. Think about a meal in rural Greece or Costa Rica. It might be a hearty bean soup, a salad overflowing with fresh greens and local vegetables drizzled with olive oil, sourdough bread, and fruit for dessert. Meat is eaten sparingly, maybe a few times a month, and often as a way to stretch a meal, rather than the main event. Dairy is also consumed less frequently than in many Western diets, often in the form of yogurt or cheese made from sheep or goat milk. Rather than cow's milk, sugar is used minimally, saved for special occasions. This way of eating provides a constant supply of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fiber. The high fiber content is crucial. It supports a healthy gut microbiome, which is increasingly linked to overall health, including immune function, mood, and even cognitive health. It also helps regulate blood sugar levels, preventing the spikes and crashes that can contribute to chronic diseases. The emphasis on whole, unprocessed plant foods means they're naturally avoiding the unhealthy fats, excess sugar, and artificial ingredients found in many modern diets. It's not a restrictive diet, it's an abundant one, full of flavor and variety from the earth. How can you adopt some of these principles? Start small. Maybe aim to have a meat-free day or two each week. Swap out some of your usual protein source for beans or lentils in a soup, stew, or salad. Increase the portion of vegetables on your plate. Make fruit your go-to snack. Experiment with different types of whole grains like quinoa, farro, or steel-cut oats. Keep a bowl of nuts and seeds handy. It's not about being perfect, but about gradually shifting the balance on your plate towards more plant power. Another fascinating aspect of how these long-lived communities eat isn't just what they eat, but how they eat. Meals are often social occasions, shared with family and friends. This isn't just about nourishment, it's about connection. Eating together slows down the pace, encourages conversation, and strengthens bonds. They also tend to stop eating when they are about 80% full, a principle known as harahachi-bu in Okinawa. This mindful approach to eating prevents overconsumption and the metabolic stress that comes with it. It's about listening to your body's subtle hunger cues, rather than eating until you're completely stuffed. This combination of nutrient-dense plant foods, eaten mindfully and socially, creates a powerful foundation for health and longevity. It nourishes the body and feeds the soul, linking physical health to emotional well-being. Beyond movement and diet. One of the most striking findings from these longevity studies is the profound importance of social connection. People in blue zones are deeply integrated into their communities. They have strong family ties, close friends, and often belong to social or faith-based groups. This isn't just a nice-to-have. It's a fundamental component of their health and resilience. Loneliness and isolation, on the other hand, are now recognized as significant risk factors for premature death, comparable to smoking or obesity. Think about the Okinawan concept of moai, social support groups that are formed early in life and provide financial, social, and emotional support throughout their members' lives. These groups are like built-in safety nets and sources of joy. In Sardinia, elders are revered and remain active parts of the family and community, sharing their wisdom and participating in daily life. Having a strong social network provides a buffer against stress. When you face challenges, You have people to lean on, to talk to help you, sharing laughter, stories, and even difficulties with others lightens the load and boosts your mood. It gives you a sense of belonging, of being valued and needed. This connection provides emotional support, practical help, and encourages healthy behaviors. Your friends might encourage you to walk with them, or remind you to eat your vegetables. It creates a positive feedback loop where social well-being reinforces physical health. For us, living in perhaps more fragmented societies, cultivating connection might require a more conscious effort. It could mean making a point to call or visit family and friends regularly. It might involve joining a club that aligns with your interests, a book club, a gardening group, a walking club, a bridge group. Volunteering is a fantastic way to connect with others and feel a sense of purpose. Participating in activities at a local community center or place of worship can also provide that vital sense of belonging. It's about actively seeking out and nurturing relationships. Even small interactions throughout the day, smiling at your neighbors, chatting with the person at the shop, can contribute to a sense of connection. It reminds us that we are part of something larger than ourselves. And that feeling is incredibly powerful for both mental and physical health. It fuels resilience and adds richness to daily life, reminding us that we are not walking this path alone. It's like having a constant warm current beneath you, supporting you through life's ups and downs, continuing our journey into the secrets of those who thrive for a century. Another incredibly important element that consistently emerges is having a sense of purpose. In Okinawa, they call it ikigai, which roughly translates to a reason to wake up in the morning. This isn't necessarily about having a grand, world-changing mission. It's about having something that drives you, something you look forward to doing, something that makes you feel useful and engaged with the world around you. For some, this might be caring for grandchildren, tending a beloved garden, pursuing a lifelong hobby, or continuing to work in some capacity. For others, it's about contributing to their community through volunteering or helping neighbors. It's about feeling needed and valued, maintaining a role and identity beyond simply being retired. Research shows that people with a strong sense of purpose are more resilient, experience less stress, and even have better cognitive function as they age. They have a reason to stay active, to stay connected, and to take care of themselves. Think about the nonagenarian woman in the blue zones who still walks miles each day to check on her sheep, or the elderly man who continues to teach traditional crafts to younger generations. Their job isn't about earning a living anymore. It's about contributing, creating, nurturing, and staying engaged. This sense of purpose provides structure and meaning to their days. It gives them goals to work towards, whether it's bringing in a successful harvest, completing a beautiful piece of work, or seeing their grandchildren flourish. It's a powerful antidote to feelings of aimlessness or feeling like life is winding down. Finding your ikigai is a personal journey. It might involve reconnecting with old passions you let slide, exploring new interests, or finding ways to use your skills and experience to help others. What do you love to do? What are you good at? What does the world need that you can provide? What brings you joy? Reflecting on these questions can help illuminate your path. It could be something as simple as mastering a new recipe, becoming a mentor, or dedicating time to a cause you care about. The key is that it's something that energizes you and makes you feel like your life has value and direction. Every single day. This inner drive is a quiet but incredibly potent force for health and longevity. Closely linked to living a life with purpose is the ability to handle stress. Life isn't without its challenges. No matter where you live or how old you are, people in blue zones experience stress just like everyone else. However, they have rituals and practices embedded in their daily lives that help them shed that stress. It's not about avoiding stress entirely, which is impossible, but about having healthy ways to process and release it regularly. preventing it from becoming chronic and toxic. These stress-relieving rituals can be incredibly simple. They might involve taking a few moments each day for prayer or meditation. It could be enjoying a leisurely afternoon nap, as is common in some cultures with a siesta tradition. It could be spending time in nature, walking in the garden or sitting by the sea. It might be a daily tea ritual, taking a few moments to pause and be present, or simply carving out time to connect with family and friends at the end of the day. Sharing worries and laughter. Think about the simple act of sitting down for a cup of tea in the afternoon, away from distractions. It's a dedicated pause, a moment to breathe, to quiet the mind, or spending 10 minutes tending to plants. The repetitive action, the connection with the earth, can be incredibly grounding. These aren't scheduled stress management sessions. They are just woven into the rhythm of the day. They provide regular opportunities to downshift, to release tension, and to return to a calmer state before stress accumulates to unhealthy levels. For us, finding and protecting these moments of calm is crucial. It might mean starting your day with a few minutes of quiet reflection, taking a short walk during lunch, practicing deep breathing exercises when you feel overwhelmed, or making sure you have dedicated time in the evening to unwind without screens. It's about being intentional about building these stress-shedding habits into your routine, even if it's just for 10 or 15 minutes a day. This consistent practice helps lower levels of stress hormones like cortisol, which, when elevated chronically, can contribute to inflammation, weight gain, sleep problems, and a host of other health issues. Finding simple, enjoyable ways to de-stress each day is not a luxury. It's a necessity for long-term health and well-being. It's giving your body and mind permission to rest and reset, which is just as vital as activity and good nutrition. Finally, while less often highlighted than diet or movement, the importance of sufficient, restful sleep cannot be overstated. Many people in blue zones tend to get around 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. And, as we touched on earlier, some also incorporate short naps into their day. Sleep is when our bodies and minds repair and regenerate. It's crucial for everything from cellular repair and immune function to memory consolidation and emotional regulation. Chronic sleep deprivation, even just an hour or two less than you need consistently, has been linked to numerous health problems, including heart disease, diabetes, obesity, and cognitive decline. Think about how much better you feel after a good night's sleep. Your mind is clearer, you have more energy, and you're better equipped to handle the day's challenges. People in blue zones, living lives that are naturally more aligned with the sun, often due to farming or outdoor work, tend to have healthier sleep-wake cycles. They might go to bed earlier and wake with the sun. Their environments might also be naturally quieter and darker in the evenings compared to our brightly lit, always-on world. Improving your sleep doesn't have to be complicated. Aim for consistency. Try to go to bed and wake up around the same time each day, even on weekends. Create a relaxing bedtime routine, maybe reading a book, taking a warm bath, or listening to calming music. Make sure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool. Avoid caffeine and alcohol, especially in the hours before bed. Limit screen time before sleep, as the blue light can interfere with your body's production of melatonin, the sleep hormone. If you find yourself struggling with sleep, consider talking to your doctor. There might be underlying issues or simple strategies that can help. Prioritizing sleep is giving your body the essential time it needs to heal and prepare for the day ahead. A cornerstone of vibrant health at any age. It's like plugging yourself in to recharge your batteries fully every single night. So, as we wrap up, what have we learned from these remarkable communities around the world? We've seen that living a long, healthy, and fulfilling life isn't some genetic lottery or the result of expensive medical interventions. It's overwhelmingly about how you live, the simple, consistent habits you build into your daily routine. It's about weaving natural movement into your day, nourishing your body with wholesome, plant-based foods, and stopping when you're satisfied. It's about cultivating deep, meaningful connections with family, friends, and community, and feeling a sense of belonging. It's about having a reason to get up in the morning, a sense of purpose that keeps you engaged and vibrant. And it's about finding simple, effective ways to manage the inevitable stresses of life and prioritizing the restorative power of sleep. Remember, this isn't about making drastic changes overnight. It's about progress, not perfection. Look at these areas: movement, diet, connection, purpose, stress, sleep, and pick one or two that resonate with you. One or two small, manageable steps you can take this week. Could you commit to a 15-minute walk every day? Could you swap your usual snack for a piece of fruit or a handful of nuts? Could you call a friend you haven't spoken to in a while? Could you try a short guided meditation before bed? These small, consistent actions, taken over time, build up to create powerful momentum towards a healthier, happier future. It's never too late to start. Your body is incredibly resilient and responds positively to even simple improvements in how you care for it. And your mind benefits just as much. Focusing on these aspects of lifestyle empowers you. It puts a significant portion of your health destiny back into your own hands. We'd love to hear from you. What resonated most with you in this video? Are there any habits you already practice, or any you feel inspired to try? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could inspire someone else. If you found this video helpful or encouraging, please give it a thumbs up. It helps us know we're creating content that matters to you. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos packed with practical tips and inspiration for living your best life. Thank you for joining me today. Remember, every day is an opportunity to make choices that support your health and happiness. Live your best life at every age.